ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the Weather Xtreme video for Sunday, March the 22nd. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters with you, and let's take a look outside. And it's a cloudy morning, and as a result, temperatures are just a little bit warmer than I forecast yesterday. But that's one of the problems with weather. This is a look at from the Compass Bank building as we look out over Birmingham, and you can see the lights of the city, and you can see that looks like a mid-level cloud deck, and fewer clouds in the Tennessee River Valley as we look out over the Tennessee River from the Decatur Skycam. And then to the northwest of Birmingham, Jasper, we can see that mid-level, what looks to be a mid-level altocumulus deck. All right, the surface pattern shows a high over the eastern half of the country, and nothing of any significance in the way of frontal positions anywhere around us at the moment, but we do have that cloud mass you see centered pretty much over Mississippi, and that'll be affecting us today. At the 500 millibar level, the ridge is just still off to our west, and that's going to be migrating over us, giving us at least 2 more dry days before moisture begins to increase significantly on Tuesday. Temperature-wise, under that ridge and out over the west, it's pretty warm. You can see those 50s climbing all the way up into Wyoming and Idaho. And a little closer to home, you can see the clouds helping to keep things a little bit warmer, especially Birmingham to Tuscaloosa, where the clouds are a little thinner. You can see Gadsden and Anniston down around 50 degrees and 41 there at Gadsden, 36 over at Columbus, I noticed, so they don't have nearly the cloud cover. The main focus on the weather right now is across the western half of the country, where the storm system is going to be giving them a variety of weather over the next several days. Now, QPF-wise, we're going to have some rain probably beginning about Wednesday, maybe the possibility of some showers late Tuesday, but I think the main focus is going to be from Wednesday into the latter part of the week. And there is a possibility that we might see some severe weather in the southeast around Friday or Saturday, but right now model consistency is not good, and the Storm Prediction Center is not outlooking anything predictability too low at the moment, but we'll be watching that. All right, here's the 500 millibar pattern from the 06Z GFS model run, and this is for Monday at midday, and there's that ridge over us, and that should keep things pretty much high and dry as we watch that storm system, the surface low out over the central Rockies. By Tuesday, the ridge is now just to our east, and that means moisture will be increasing at the low levels as we see that trough coming out of the central Rockies. But as the ridge holds, it looks like the surface low and that trough will head off to the north. By Wednesday, you can see the surface low is up over south central Canada, but it drags the front down into our area, so I think Wednesday is our first pretty good shot at some precipitation. The front drags in and stays here on Thursday, and by Friday, here comes our kicker. We talked about this yesterday, and here comes that kicker further south, and the GFS is consistent with that, and that will be bringing a nice storm system out of north central Texas and Oklahoma. And again, the possibility we might see some strong to severe thunderstorms on Saturday. And here comes the trough on Saturday, and certainly a nice spring-looking trough to it right there. And then that brings the surface low up to just to the southwest of Chicago, looks like between Chicago and St. Louis. And that drags the front down into our area on Saturday. So I think Saturday is going to be the stormy day. The trough continues to migrate and move eastward, passing us by on Sunday, and that means the front should get out of here, but we're going to turn a bit chillier. You can see the 540 thickness line coming down all the way to almost about Montgomery, it looks like, and then that sweeps on by very quickly, and the atmosphere moderates, and we should have a pretty good day for the last couple of days of March. Now, going out into Voodoo, here comes around the 3rd. We've been watching a system around the 3rd or 4th. The GFS doesn't seem to be quite as strong in this run. Here comes that system around the 3rd, and that would bring us some stormy weather and perhaps the possibility of some severe weather as well, although, again, this run kind of consistent with the one before as not being quite as stormy or as quite as strong. But that can change. You know, this is voodoo. Well, thanks for tuning in to the Weather Xtreme video. James Spann will be back with the next edition bright and early tomorrow morning. Hope that you have a great Sunday. Godspeed.